Alright, I think for part 2 of my build, I'm going to try to figure out how to mount the awning off the top here, the driver's side. I'm going to figure out also how to seal the plywood in a way to keep it from cracking. I currently have some cracks. I'm not sure the proper way to do this, but I'm going to try my way and we'll see if that works. The floor is also going to be bed lined with a Raptor liner on the bottom to help seal it. And then also I'm going to probably have to build some fender backs to help protect the sides from any road debris thrown up by the tires. And I also probably want to add some sort of bracing in here for the walls and across for the roof, because the plywood sides are actually going to bolt in about right here on the inside of this angle iron. So we'll see how it goes and if I can get it figured out. Please keep in mind I've never built anything like this, so I'm just kind of winging it, and so far I'm happy with the results. Got the spare mounted on the front here. I had to put in this brace because the spare was causing the sheet metal up here to kind of wobble, so that brace helps stiffen it up. If I were to build this again, I probably would have used square tubing instead of angle iron for the frame. So anyway, I'm going to figure out probably the best way to seal those cracks on the plywood first. Alright, I'm sure I'm using probably the wrong stuff for doing this, but I chose to go with this plastic wood, all-purpose wood filler, because it is stainable and paintable. I figured maybe the Raptor liner will stick to it after I fill all these little cracks, and then go around the whole edge and just kind of seal in the plies, I guess. So I'm sure some of you guys will tell me I'm doing this wrong, but that's okay. Alright, I think I'm using the wrong stuff. This stuff absolutely sucks to use, but basically what I'm trying to do is fill in all those gaps before I spray rhino liner on. So that's why I decided to use this stuff. But as you can see, when you go to apply it, it's pretty much dry. I don't know if I got a bad batch. I literally just opened this tub, and this stuff is like really hard to work with. So my guess is maybe I got an older batch to where it's kind of already drying out, and I mean, you can see it's just falling off. So I just figured I'm going to run it in there all the way around, sand it, and just see what happens. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe I'll have to get some sort of epoxy. I just want to keep, especially this floor, this will be the floor, from delaminating, so I want to make sure it's sealed pretty good. So let me know your thoughts if that's the wrong stuff to be using, because I feel like it is. But I'm already here, I already bought it, so I'm just gonna, like I said, with this whole build, I'm just kind of winging the whole thing, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, I don't think this stuff worked the way I thought I wanted it to work. Either that, I don't know how to use it. Now, I read the instructions on it and what it could do, and it seemed like what I wanted. I did go around the edge, but this stuff, either, like I said, I got a bad batch, or it could just be me and I don't know how to use it properly. So I'll let it dry. I'll sand it off. I probably would have been better just rubbing some wood glue around the edge and sanding it. My whole thought process is I just want to make sure it's sealed, because this is the bottom and it's going to get raptor lined, but I want to keep it from delaminating in the future, because the top side, which is now on the bottom, that won't be raptor lined. So I'll just have to let this dry, sand it, and then come up with another game plan before I raptor line it. Alright, to mount the awning up over here, off of up here, my thought was I'm going to have it come off the frame like so, and then I got this plate drilled out where it should line up and bolt in, and then this plate will stand somewhere like that, so it should look something like that off the side of the trailer frame, standing up, so the awning's not in the way of being able to seal the roof. That's just my thoughts on that. Hopefully it works out. We'll find out if that's going to be strong enough or not. So, but that'll be for probably tomorrow, as it's getting dark. So that's the awning project. Alright, continue on with part 2. I think I'm on day 3 of part 2. I've now got the awning mounts for the side awning installed. Just got to do some finish welding. I've added some sidewall supports here on both sides, and then some roof supports. And currently I've traced out my fender backs on some leftover sheet metal here. We'll get those cut out and welded in today. I'm hoping to have all the welding completed today so I can start on the walls, roof, and floor. I ordered a raptor liner off Amazon, and I decided to give it a test on the floor, the bottom side, and it actually turned out really well. Stuff is like super hard now, so I'm hoping that helps weather protect it really good. The plan is to have the whole thing sprayed with that raptor liner to try to completely seal it up. I'll also caulk any seams, but that's where I'm at. I'm going to get to cutting out my fender backs and getting them welded in and getting all the welding completed here hopefully today, so I can start with everything else. Alright, so I got pretty much everything welded in now. Got the fender backs on, all the wall supports, roof support, the brackets for the awning. So now it's going to be time to bolt the floor in. I got it bed lined on the, this is the bottom. The top side's still bare plywood. I'm not going to bed line that because that'll be the interior. But what I'll do to help seal it is I'll put butyl tape down here around the frame before I bolt that in. That way, that should help keep moisture from getting in between the frame and the plywood. But that's the next project, is get the floor in and then start building the walls. So we'll see how that goes. And I think that'll be part 3, is doing the walls, the roof, the windows. And I'll eventually have to get a door for the back here. I got the windows, should be arriving in the next day or two, so. And then obviously rooftop vent and a solar panel. So we'll see how that goes. All the welding's done except for some stabilizer jacks at the rear. And at the front, I still need to put a hitch and jack and some safety chains. So that'll be for another day. Alright, here's where I'm going to end part 2. So I got the floor screwed down here. The bottom side is rhino lined, so it should be weather protected. So this will end part 2. Once I get the windows and stuff in, I'll start on part 3 of the build, which will be the walls and the roof. And we'll see how that goes. Alright, thanks for watching.